It's a Durango full of palm trees. Summer's here, boys. What's going on there, YouTube? Well, guys, happy summer. It's here. I don't know about y'all, but I am really excited about the summer, man. It is the week after Memorial Day, and when I was growing up in Jersey, Memorial Day was always a really special time, man. Not only for the holiday, but for the fact that it in New Jersey it marked the unofficial start to the summer, and it was like a switch got thrown. You could just feel the electricity in the air. It was a really, really great time. Now, many years later, I am many miles from Jersey, but it's still a great feeling, man. So I hope the best for you all and your families. I hope everyone's doing well and keeping safe and enjoying the season as I am. Anyway, I'm not rolling in the Challenger today. As you can see here, I got a Dodge Durango full of palm trees. This is a 2015 Durango Blacktop Edition, and I should do a video or two on this, man, because I love this car. I bought it for my wife back at the end of this past year, back in November, and got a great deal on it, and I really enjoy driving it, and she's got a couple of complaints about it, but it's definitely, in terms of grocery getters, the vehicle for the carpool with the kids, all that stuff, there's nothing cooler in this year, or in this era that we're in now, in terms of a blacktop edition, totally blacked out Dodge Durango. So I'll have to do a video on it. Anyway, guys, what I want to talk to you about is something completely unrelated to the Durango, or to palm trees, or to summer. It's got to do with some real specific comments that I have been seeing, not only on my videos, but on other car videos as well. And I feel a sort of sense of an obligation, you could say, a moral obligation to weigh in. I typically don't address these comments with my own responses to them publicly, simply because of the reason that I don't want to be the guy to tell somebody not to do something. I don't want to be that guy who's going to rain on their parade or tell them that they shouldn't work towards their dreams. However, when I see somebody who's a young adult, say somebody who's under the age of 25, who is asking questions about financing and so forth for a brand new vehicle, for example, a brand new Challenger or Charger SRT, which will run you in this area anywhere, say around $53,000, $54,000. Or even a brand new Scat Pack, which is going to run you in the low 40s. Unless you are in a very, very specific, unique, positive situation, as somebody who's in their low 20s or early 20s, and you've got a great job and a lot of job security, and you don't have any other priorities hanging over your head, like, you're not living home with your mom, you got your own place. Hopefully you got a mortgage instead of paying rent. Hopefully you don't have, tens and tens of thousands of dollars of student loans that are hanging over you. Because as you know, when you get out of college these days, student loans is like having a mortgage payment, man. There's more money than the amount of student loan debt has surpassed the total amount of credit card debt held by American consumers. It's unbelievable what kind of a racket this is. But anyhow, all that aside, if you've got obligations like that, not to mention, an obligation to a family, if you've got a little baby at home, you should not be thinking, as somebody who's, say, 22 years old, thinking about getting yourself a brand new $50,000 car. It just makes absolutely no sense. And I cannot, for the life of me, think of one single good reason as to why that's a good idea. Now, again, I don't post these comments generally because I don't want to be the guy to tell somebody, look, dude, don't do that. That's foolish, especially when I don't know their situation. I know nothing about them. But I felt I do feel compelled to make some type of response just for moral reasons. So that's why I'm doing this little video here, guys. Life is about prioritizing, man. That's one of the really important things you got to do, and one of the reasons why a lot of people get in trouble in their life, or they're unhappy or they're depressed, is because they don't prioritize things properly. You know, they want to, for whatever reasons, they want to go ahead and just say, they want to get the prize. They don't want to work towards it. They don't want to wait. They have no patience. You know, these days, man, everything is instantaneous. You know, I mean, people see movies online before they're even released in the theater because of people leaking them and stuff, you know. There's a whole generation of people that were born years ago, just a handful of years ago, who have never gone into a music store, who have no idea why anyone would ever want to go to a music store, because all they have to do is turn on their phone and download whatever they want right there. It's instant. So this concept of, waiting for the right timing in life to be able to enjoy certain things is very, very foreign, and it's tough. And as a parent, I got young kids at home, but it's very, oh wow, look at that, 944 turbo convertible I just saw, black. I haven't seen one of those in years. Amazing. Anyway, raising kids in this environment is tough. It's hard to do that because there is just so much instant gratification available to everybody, and it's hard to, impose those lessons that, look, man, there are a lot of things in life you cannot rush. You can't jump right into it. And if you do that, like buy a car before it's time, you really run the risk of throwing your whole life out of whack, man. If you're living at home with your mom, dude, you have no reason to be buying a $50,000 Challenger. That's just straight talk, man. That's just stupid. You're not fooling anybody by, there are a lot of cats out there. It's interesting. You see these videos and stuff, man. You got to wonder. It's like, man, that's a young kid driving that car. Does he live at home, or does he live on his own? Because he's rolling like he lives on his own. But something's telling me that this kid is is living at home with his parents still. Now, look, I'm not knocking anybody in particular. I'm just saying that, when it comes to, if you're going to ask me directly or go to any of my video pages and post a comment asking specific advice, this is an answer to many of those questions related to buying a car. And again, especially if you're a young adult, make sure you're taking care of what you need to take care of, man. If you really, really want to buy, say, a Challenger or a Charger or a Durango or, whatever it is, man, there's absolutely no reason why you have to buy it brand new, okay? I know there's some people who think, oh, well, if you buy used, you're just buying somebody else's problems. No, in most cases, that's not the case, okay? If you're buying a low-mile, late-model car. And the reason for that is because this ain't the 1980s anymore, man. Right? I was an 80s kid, grew up in the 80s. I remember growing up, going down the highway, you would always see cars broken down on the road. You don't see that nearly as much anymore. I remember, growing up in Jersey, my dad used to take us up to Connecticut and other places, and we'd drive through the Bronx, up on the highway, go through the Bronx, and you would see these cars totally stripped down on the side of the road, totally stripped down, up on cinder blocks. And because some cat had the misfortune of breaking down, because it was very common back then, breaking down, went to go get help, by the time he came back, his car had been completely stripped. It was a very common thing to see in the city back then. My point is here, this ain't the 1980s anymore, guys. When cars are issued now, when new cars are issued, it's the standard for many of them to be giving you a long warranty, 7-year, 100,000 miles, some of them even more generous than that. What are they telling you with that? They're telling you this is a quality car and we don't expect it to be breaking down on anybody for quite some time. So if you buy a car that's well under 7 years old and well under 100,000 miles, provided it hasn't been in an accident and provided it's been taken care of and all that, your chances are very good that you're going to have a good experience. Minus the normal wear and tear and that type of thing. So it's not like it used to be. This Durango I'm in right now, man, didn't buy this brand new. Bought it with 6,000 miles on it. Saved a ton of money doing that. Right? I negotiated down, Mike knows what he's doing with that too. But buying used helped. My SRT 392 that I got, my white one, just got that. Bought that used. That wasn't brand new. Okay, my green with envy SRT 8 I had before that. Bought that thing with pretty decent miles on it. Okay, never had a problem with that car. So there's nothing at all wrong with buying used. Even now in my life, I've got a good situation. I've got a great job, and I still do not feel compelled to go out and buy a brand new car. I'm not dropping $53,000, which is what they're asking for, a brand new SRT 392 with the options that has it. I ain't doing it. There's no point in doing it. Why do that if I can get the same car just with a few miles on it and save myself literally like $15,000 plus off of that new price? So I'm not telling anybody don't buy a car. I don't know your situation. I'm not going to judge you. But again, man, if you're thinking about buying an expensive car, think about buying a less expensive version of it, because you're going to save yourself possibly some grief and certainly give yourself a little bit more room. And lastly, once again, man, you know, I hear a lot of stories about people who are not prioritizing, getting themselves in trouble. You got to take care of what you got to take care of, man. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of your other finances, the essentials. And then you toy around. And then you play. You get the car that you want to get. Your first car ain't supposed to be your dream car, man. If everybody started out with their dream car, they wouldn't be called dream cars. All right? So you got to be real. You got to keep it real to yourself and to your family, and to your pocketbook. So that's my lecture. I promise that's the last one I'm going to do on this topic or of any other topic like that for a long, long time. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Be safe. Have a great summer, and I'll be shooting another video pretty soon. Thanks, guys.